The stadium was empty that morning, yet somehow the air felt louder than a sold-out October night at Dodger Stadium. The world didn't know what was about to happen. Only a handful of people stood near the cage, staring in silence, as if they had stumbled into a moment they weren't worthy of witnessing. No cameras were supposed to be rolling this early. No reporters were allowed. Just warm sunlight, a quiet field, and one man walking toward home plate with the weight of baseball history on his shoulders. His footsteps didn't sound like an athlete returning from months of recovery. They sounded like a champion returning to reclaim something the sport had taken from him. Shohei Ohtani didn't smile. He didn't wave. He didn't even look up. He just placed his bat on the dirt, stretched his shoulders carefully, like a warrior checking old battle scars, and took one long breath. Even from a distance, the crackle of intensity around him felt unmistakable. There is serious. There is focused. And then there is whatever world Ohtani enters when greatness calls. The Dodgers coaches didn't say a word. They didn't need to. Everyone knew this wasn't just a batting practice. This was the first swing of a new chapter. The pitching machine hummed to life, firing a warm-up pitch that whistled across the plate. Ohtani let it pass. Not because he wasn't ready, but because he was measuring the wind, the timing, the rhythm of baseball itself. Then came the second pitch. And the silence exploded. The sound of his bat wasn't a normal crack. It was a shotgun blast ripping through months of doubt. Coaches froze. Staff members flinched. Someone involuntarily whispered, "No way." The ball didn't just leave the bat. It launched. It soared past the outfield, past the warning track, and kept traveling like it was trying to escape gravity altogether. One pitch. One swing. One message to the baseball world. I'm back. But that was only the beginning. The next pitch arrived faster. Ohtani's swing was smoother, effortless, lethal, and once again, the ball vanished into the sky like it was running from him. A ripple went through the small crowd. People exchanged looks, the kind athletes make when they realize they're witnessing something historic, something that should not be happening so soon after surgery. Pitch 3. Another cannon blast. Pitch 4. Another missile to dead center. By the fifth pitch, even the machine seemed to hesitate, as if reconsidering whether it wanted to challenge him. He didn't speak. He didn't celebrate. He didn't break concentration. He simply entered a rhythm, quiet, deadly, precise, like an artist painting the same masterpiece over and over again. By the sixth home run, someone whispered, "This doesn't feel real." By the seventh, the coaches stopped pretending to take notes. They were staring, wide-eyed, mouths slightly open, watching the best hitter on earth look better than he did before surgery. 8, 9, and then, the 10th home run, the one that didn't sound like a baseball swing at all. It echoed. It lingered in the stadium like a roar from thousands of unseen fans. The ball sailed into the upper deck and clattered into empty seats with a sound that felt like an earthquake ending. Ohtani finally stepped back. He exhaled, slowly, as if releasing all the months of pain, pressure, and expectations into the wind. But the moment wasn't just about the home runs. It was the way he moved afterward, calm, confident, almost peaceful. As if he had already made peace with the battle he just won. A trainer approached him cautiously, asking quietly if everything felt okay. Ohtani nodded once. That single nod carried more emotion than any speech could. It carried months of rehab sessions. Hours of quiet frustration. Endless questions from fans and experts who wondered if he'd ever be the same. This batting practice was his answer. He tapped his bat on the plate gently, almost gratefully, and looked out at the empty field as if imagining the roar of opening day crowds waiting for him. In that moment, you could almost feel time pause. This wasn't just a superstar warming up. This was the return of a generational force, something baseball gets maybe once in a century. The sun glinted across the stadium seats, reflecting off the Dodgers logo on his chest. He looked bigger. He looked reborn. He looked like someone who had survived something and come back hungrier. A coach finally broke the silence, muttering with a shaky laugh, "He's ahead of schedule." Way ahead. Another shook his head. No, this is his schedule. He's different. Even from behind the cage, you could sense it. Ohtani wasn't swinging to prove anything. He was swinging because he missed the feeling of the ball obeying him. Because baseball feels more complete when he's writing its story. As he gathered his gear, a breeze rolled through the stadium, lifting some dust from the mound and carrying it into the outfield, almost symbolic, like the game itself was bowing in respect. He didn't need applause. He didn't need an audience. Greatness doesn't ask for attention. Greatness creates it. Walking off the field, Ohtani didn't look back. Not once. Because he knew this was just chapter 1 of something bigger waiting ahead. A comeback that wasn't supposed to happen this fast. A performance that wasn't supposed to look this easy. A reminder that legends don't return the way normal athletes do. They return with storms behind them. And when the season arrives, when the lights come on, when the crowds rise, when millions watch with breath held, the world will remember this quiet morning in an empty stadium. The morning Shohei Ohtani hit 10 home runs. Not to impress anyone, but to warn everyone. Baseball's most feared weapon is fully loaded again. And the sport will never be the same.